Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. If Willow died, what would the storyline look like? Now, it's more of a what if sort of question. Because let's be honest, I don't think that she's going to get killed off. From what people have told me, she's still on contract. So I doubt it's going to wind up happening. But I don't know. Maybe I was kind of inspired by it, by the whole Marvel what if scenario. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. If she died, what would the story look like? I know a lot of people don't like Willow because reasons and writing and everything in between. But I don't know. I want to know what your thoughts are. What's good, Black Mom? What's good, AJ? Thank you for joining. Sorry I'm late. What's good, Mel? Thank you for joining tonight. How you doing tonight? I was having an issue. I did a review on being well, no, I did a review on Days, and for some odd reason, it wasn't uploading. What's good, Joy? What's good, Shakira? Wasn't uploading. Don't know why, but it just was not uploading. So I made a video as a test to see if it was going to work, and well, that video worked. What's good, Laura? Thank you for joining. What's good, Blackmon? What's good, Shakira? What's good, Solomon? What's good, Makai? Yeah, it wasn't really that great, AJ. It really wasn't. Mel, I think I got like 5 minutes on it as far as me watching. Mel, as YNR. So yeah, but I did a video. And now I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. And for some odd reason, it's not uploading my video, and I'm not in a mood to sit there and redo it again. Like I'm just really not. I don't know. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try because I think I'm just gonna be here for like about an hour. Um, I'm just so annoyed that this video is not working. Oh, she's coming on tomorrow. Yes. Well, Mel says I can't wait for Megan to come on tomorrow. Megan, the character from Days of Our Lives. Also, um, Megan a horror movie or somewhat horror. What's good, Shauna? Thank you for joining. What's good, Monique? Thank you for joining. Let me show people what the bottle that I actually bought today. How you doing tonight? Now, AJ said I wish Heather hooked Cody when she had the chance. So I got this, testing it out, and it was nice because it had the twist on top, and I don't have to go through all the steps that I usually go through. Um, what's good, Krista? Krista says Sasha is confronting Heather, Weber, and Brando. Murder Firebug. She isn't Brando's killer. Hmm. Krista, I'm gonna take that bet. I'm gonna take that bet, Krista. What's good, Tony D? Thank you for joining. Gwen is in the chat. What's good? Again, sorry for the tardiness, for the lateness. What's good, Shauna? I'm sorry with Nina and her mess. Wow, this is definitely strong. Actually, I have a whole cup's worth of it. Hmm. It's okay. It's okay. Monique says, why do I get the feeling? Why do I get the feeling Ryan isn't really dead? There's so much Michael Myers type situation. In all reality, I'm not gonna lie. If they decide to bring him back out of nowhere, I don't even know where to begin on what's wrong with that. Anna's in the chat. What's good, Anna? How you doing tonight? I don't know. This isn't bad, but it's like I already bought it, so Shauna says Ryan got 9 lives. I'm like, yo, listen, let me tell you something. If they decide to, I mean, it'd be kind of dumb. I think that should be my first poll question. Krista said I thought today's episode was overall a decent episode. Some storyline moments, some dialogue, and some setups for future storylines. Well, Krista, you are more generous than me. Nikisha's in chat. Nikisha, if Willow dies, I might actually have some sympathy for Nina. Nina would have a better reason to want revenge against Carly. Okay. What's good, Dolly? Thank you for joining. What's good, Cheyenne? How you doing tonight? How's everything going in your world? Shauna says, why Nina mad because Drew forgave Carly? Didn't Sunny forgive her? That's very true. That is, you know what? You know what, Shauna? That's very true. Mel says it was funny. Rafe told Sloan that Eric is your paralegal on odd days. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Sharon says just finished live stream with Falcon. I have no idea what that is, but I hope you have fun. Tony D says Sunny was out of pocket today. How was Sunny out of pocket today? I'm very curious. Oh, you mean about the whole Nina and Tony D, why don't you tell me how is he out of pocket? My guy says so strange. Nick and Sally still sleeping together, and she's but yeah, it's all sorts of odd. I'm gonna be honest. I agree with you on that. Anna says after the last good days on GH. So, yeah, it did. It did. It definitely did. It wasn't the worst episode, but it definitely was not. You know, it wasn't really great. Days was a lot better, and I'm so annoyed that my review is not uploading. I'm just gonna sit there and try to keep it together for this live stream, but I'm pissed off. What's good, Jessica? What's good, Caroline? Monique says again, what is Dante and Sam? Yeah, I said the exact same thing, Monique. When I did my review, I was like, I don't get it. Yeah, AJ, I'm not really too surprised. People forgave. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, people lambasted Nina like there was no tomorrow. Yeah, Gwen, I don't think that I don't think that they're gonna bring him back. And Jessica says Sonny and Nina were very annoying today. Well, Jessica, why don't you tell me how was Sunny annoying? I mean, I get how Nina was annoying today, but how was Sunny annoying today? How was Carly? Okay. Krista says can't have that high energy episode every day. I think they will now build towards episodes. I mean, here's the thing. I get that, Krista. I really do, and I'm not sitting there saying, well, here's the thing, Krista. It's not about being high energy episodes. It's about being good episodes. You know, I watch Days of Our Lives all the time, and they're good episodes, and they're not really high action packed and stuff like that, and yet they managed to pull off good episodes. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, but I can't just sit there and give GH a pass for just being a slow day when they're trying to build up stuff. Because Days does the exact same thing, and yet they have good episodes. Yeah, I can't accept this average just became a new normal. Like I can't do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking anyone that actually enjoyed the You know what? It's good. Let's do that as a first. Let's do that as a first poll question. I don't know in the chat. What are your thoughts on GH? Was it good? I'm gonna finish this bottle of wine, but I don't know. Exactly. Oh my God. Yes, yes, Dolly. And again, I did a review on it and I tried to upload it, and for some odd reason, it didn't upload. I don't know why. Maybe it's that particular video, but I don't know. Maybe I'll ask that question in the chat next. Should I even bother to do another review on days? I feel like I want to do it just because, but we'll see. Krista says Dante and Sam were giving the audience some context. Oh, God. Now, Cheyenne says, looks like Mark. I have no idea what that means. Tony D says, what kind of wine are you drinking? I'm not even too sure. It's not even really that great. To be honest, it's not terrible, but Merlot. Oh God, is that what that is? Merlot? What's good, Janet? Thank you for joining. Is that what that is? Merlot? Merlot? Does Merlot taste like that? I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish it. Um, yeah, Shakira, I did date. I did a dates review, and it didn't upload. So now I got to kind of do another one. And you know what? You know what? This should actually be interesting. I think I'm actually gonna do it. What's good, Jonathan? Thank you for joining. Shauna says, "Poor Adam, poor Adam." Tony D says, "Oh, Merlot's too dry for me." Yeah, I can kind of see that, Tony D. I can see that. Now Anna says, "Cardani only for me." You know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think going forward now. Oh, yeah, no, it definitely took a step backwards. Jonathan. Gloria is in the chat. What's good, Gloria? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I agree with you too. I agree with you too. And I think maybe once a week, I'm gonna sit there and do a poll. I'm gonna sit there and ask people in the chat, what's a good wine to drink? Because I'm looking at that right now and I'm like, I poured a whole glass full. I poured the whole glass. Okay, Dolly says I actually kind of liking the Gabby and Lee. Yes, Dolly. Yeah, I'm so mad because I actually had a lot of fun doing my review on days just for it to not upload. Just for it to not upload. I'm so yeah. I mean AJ to each his own. I didn't like GH today. I didn't think it was really that great. Um, and that is in the chat. What's good, Annetta? This is something else because Krista said that Dante and Sam provided good um context or background story, something like that. This is something that has been driving me up a wall. Okay. Jessica said GH was okay today. And it was okay. It was okay. But particularly with Sam. Sam was Smith there telling the audience, yeah, Janet, I'm not feeling those parts of B&B. It just, you know what it is? You know what it is, Jen? It just seems like they don't know what to do with Brooke and Taylor at this point. So it's like, hey, cool. You know what they should do? Have them, have Brooke date a younger man. And and what's good, Spider Quake? Yes, I did. I did see Ant Man today. Spider Quake. I enjoyed it. I enjoy all the Marvel movies. Um, I will sit there and say this much. Spider Quake. This was the first time that they actually had like a boss that actually gave you a bit of stakes, some sense of high stakes. Yeah, I finally did get to see it. Um, I mean, to some extent, Jen, and I'm not, listen, I'm not knocking the guy. I've dated older women before. My issue is that they don't know what to do with Brooke and Taylor. They really don't. This is why they're giving them that story of, oh, Hollis is now, he's always been interested in Brooke. Since when? It just seems like it's just coming out of nowhere. Yep, King the Conqueror. But it's like I didn't really know much about him. And in some ways, I kind of felt like I don't know how far they put him from the actual comic book because they do that a lot. Um, now I got to sit there and watch Miss. Now I got to watch Miss Marvel because they're doing the Marvels and stuff. So what was I think they're saying? Cheyenne says love to eat truffles and soup. Soap opera. Soap operas is dead. Not exactly, Cheyenne. No, not really. I mean, those are two very odd sentences. I love to eat truffles and soap operas is dead. No, it's not. Um, but this is yeah. Oh yeah, this is something that Krista said as far as providing context. Now I said that in one of my reviews, I get kind of annoyed when they have to go over backstory to kind of bring people up. Now Dolly says Kane has a really complicated history in the Marvel in the comics. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Um, well, Dolly, did you actually watch Ant-Man 3? Because I don't know anything about Kane the Conqueror. I mean, to be fair, I didn't know anything about Thanos either. Exactly, Jonathan. Soap operas lives on exactly. But my issue is, oh no, no, oh yeah, no, I'm not okay. Yeah, no spoilers if you saw Ant-Man 3. Yeah, no, Jonathan. Whenever you get a chance, watch it. Now, what I was gonna sit there and say because I keep getting interrupted. When I interrupted, just so I'm having a bit of an issue, and I've had it for a while, where they have to sit there and kind of rehash stuff that happened before. Of course, Jonathan, of course, when they have to rehash stuff before. And I made a comment. Okay. All right, Dolly. You might be waiting for a while. I've had a problem with them rehashing stuff. I've had a huge issue with them just rehashing stuff. And I get that, if you're new, you're just coming to a show, you want to watch it for the first time, you need to know what's going on, who are the players, who did what with who, and so forth. I get that. But when Sam had to sit there and kind of recount everything that what was his name? Is this alcohol hit me that fast? What is his name? Cody. When I had to sit there and rehash everything that Cody was sitting there saying, hmm, I'm gonna get back to that comment in a second, Cheyenne. Yeah, maybe AJ. But when they have to sit there and rehash everything from jump, it's like it feels like it's time that they could be using towards something else, you know. And I suggested I was like, maybe they need to sit there and do like I don't know comic book bubbles or something because this is clearly not working. AJ said Cody was annoying today for me. Why did Cody annoy you, AJ? Now Wink Wink says so rehashing storylines is my biggest pet peeve about the DCU. Now that they're rebooting projects, we don't need origin stories. Yeah, Wink Wink. I'm not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did see the previews for the Flash, so I will watch that. But what's good, Cat Lady? Um, I I I, I will be watching that movie. I will, and I'm gonna hate myself for it, but I am gonna watch that movie. Joy says Sam and Dante should went to get their kids who they haven't seen. Yeah, since they've been gone. Okay, clearly I missed something that was going on in the chat. Um, that's a good question. Does everyone actually like dislike Cody that much? Okay, so we got 41 people. Well, first of all, we got 41 people in the chat. We have 12 likes. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. Um, I know it's a YouTube thing that I kind of have to say over and over and over again, but it really does help. So yeah, so far we got 35 people voting on what's GH good. Now, 51 said no, and 49 said yes. That's interesting. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. I'm give it a little more time, like maybe a little 5 more minutes. What's good, Big Nate? What's good, Medora? Says I can't watch B&B because they repeat. Yeah, yeah, they really do. Becky D is in the chat. Yes, thank you, Becky D. Hit the like button. It does help out. It really does. Um, Monique says Sally even asked where do we stand. He said you, me, and the baby are two different things. Yeah, that's gonna be my next question because it seems like we do have a lot of people that do watch YNR. Um, I, we had a conversation yesterday with DC. Eagle Fang is in the chat. Was good, Eagle Fang? I don't understand this whole love for Adam, and that's another question I'm gonna ask in the chat. Nate said GH Acres sucked. I know we need to move on to other stories, but damn, I don't care about any of them, especially the Hook Killer story. Well, Nate, the Hook Killer storyline is over at this point. That's something else. It's over. For a lot of people that didn't like the storyline of the Hook Killer, it's done. It's done zones. So now Solomon says I can't stress enough that Sally needs to be written out of YNR as turned into the Sally Spectres Seeps Around show. They could have done so much with her, yet she sleeps with Newman Brothers. Solomon, the thing that annoys me with Sally is the constant crying. It annoys me. It personally annoys me. It's like, bro, you literally um slept. You slept with two brothers. What did you think was going to wind up happening? This constant whining and this constant crying. And what's good, ABC? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, ABC. I don't understand people that like they really don't like Cody. But just on Sally, I'm annoyed with the constant whining and crying and stuff. You know, I know that she was a huge, pretty much badass back in the day, a force to be reckoned with, as you say. But now all she does is whine and cry, and it's just like, is that Medora? That's all she does at this point. I'm like really? This is the great Sally Spectrum? Like really, bro? Now, Nate says, "Are we sure that the whole killer storyline is over before we know Heather may have been set up?" Oh, Nate, 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 Nate. I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna make this work. I don't feel like getting my fork. I need to get it. Gwen says, "Wait, the contest crying with Willow is getting on my nerves. Either kill her off or find her a match." Yeah, Gwen, that's another thing. Okay, let's see how many people voted. Okay, I think I'm gonna sit there and stop the poll at this point. Um, the scenes with Willow are really just sad. They're just sad. Point blank period. They are just sad to watch. Um, Now AJ says both Cody and Jax are unlikable. All right, let's see how many people actually. All right, so a majority of the chat actually likes today's episode of GH, so that's cool. Listen, y'all saw something in this episode that I didn't, and I can appreciate that. I really, really can. Now, do you like Cody on General Hospital? I never really understood this huge amount of dislike for Cody. You know, like with Nina, I can see a division. I can see a lot of people like not liking Nina, but I can also see a lot of people actually siding with Nina. Um, DC is a huge Nina fan. I'm not, but whatever. And there's a lot of people that don't like Carly. I'm a Carly fan. But the thing is, I will call out Carly on her crap. You know. Now, Nikki said Cody is a waste of a character, a waste of screen time. Well, okay, Nikisha, why do you not like Cody in Pacific? I'm very curious about that. I want to know why people don't like Cody. I want to hear your answers. Now, Anna says Cody's character seems like a filler. Okay. Dolly says Cody is legitimately unnecessary to the show. Anna says Dolly, I know. Okay. Dora says I don't like this Cody, just don't feel nothing. Who cares? So okay, so Medora, you're just like, it's whatever for you. And I get that, you know. I don't really care about Sabrina one way or the other. I know people like the couple and stuff like that, and that's fine. Now Nate says he's just a waste of time on what that show, like so many other characters. What purpose does he serve? Since Brick got killed off, when Cody came on, he was rude, abusive. I mean, hmm. Okay. Well, Chris, is that how Mac was when? Like, did you not like Mac when he first started? Krista, AJ said Michael and Josh made Dex so Mac. I love to see for Dex to cheat on Josh with Christina. Hmm. Nobody asked for him. Okay, Nikisha. Okay, all right. Nikisha definitely coming in with the smoke. Shauna says Cody shady since day one. Oh, seems shady since day one. Mel says Adam said to Chelsea that I should not of ag Christian to raise. Yeah, yeah, no, I don't understand that. Why did he just give up so fast? Like I don't get that. You know, like even now he's just like, no, that's cool, whatever. And I'm like, really, bro? I did. I don't get it. And then it says Josh reminds me of Nina always complaining Cody has no storyline behind him, much less watching him for what. Krista says Mac was not a good guy. Billy says I believe Heather was just a last minute rewrite for the hook and Esme. It's possible. It's possible, Dolly. You know, um, we talked about this yesterday as far as stuff being just written at the last minute. I said that the show is flying by the seat of its pants. And to be honest, I don't think I'm really that wrong with that assessment. That's very true, Jessica. Now, after this poll question comes up, I'm going to ask people in the chat about something. And this is for people. Okay, you got 25 people voting. All right, yeah, keep voting. Let me know why people, if you like Cody or not. But I want to ask people in the chat, and this is for the YNR fans. I have no idea what that first one says, but Channel says, how does it feel to work in a hospital? Is that bilingual? I have no idea how to pronounce your first name, Channel. How does it feel to work in a hospital? I don't get what that means. Solomon's in the chat. Solomon says, I mean, not Solomon, Samuel. Big Sam was in the chat. Samuel says, if Willow dies, the storyline will look fabulous. Jesus Christ. Okay, Samuel. Samuel, I expect nothing less. I expect nothing less than that type of energy. Speaking of that, oh, my guy Kyrie isn't here tonight. Never mind. Gwen says, I love Adam because of his mother, Hope. I miss Hope, and since he was a little boy, Nick has treated him like crap, and his kids have also. I blame Victor for the way his family treats him. And Dolly says, I remember an interview where Portia was saying Rory might not be such a good guy, and then caught herself. Hmm. So Dolly, do you think that he would? Do you think that she was talking about the actor, um, whatever his name is, or do you think that she was talking about the character? And Dolly, was that on Michael Fairman or Alan Locker? I'm very curious about that. Very, very, very curious. So this is for the YNR fans, and I got to do a little more digging into this. But apparently, some writers got fired. Like 3 women writers got fired from The Young and the Restless, and it's been an uproar ever since. So let me know what's going on with that. If you're a YNR fan, you watch the show, let me know what is going on with that. What's going on? Mel says I watched the most episode. That chance of running it. Oh yeah, I watched a little bit of it today, but I didn't really get that far into it. AJ says I think the Ray actor quit because he probably didn't want to play the killer. Either that or the backlash that he had from his past, AJ. ABC says personally I don't like Cody, but I really don't like hypocrites who point out his faults and not own their own. Hmm. Samuel says Josh needs to go. The whole show of YNR needs to be rebooted. Jolie says I think it was Sterling related. Okay. Interesting, Dolly. Interesting. Now, Joy said Josh fired all of the breakdown writers, 5 women. Hmm. I'm very curious about why was this such a okay. I'm very curious about why was this such an uproar. Like, is it because it was women that were getting fired, or like, yeah? And they don't know what to do with those characters. I still believe. Now, Nate says, yeah, that's correct, Albert. And head writer and Josh plans to write the breakdown from from here on out. Is stupid. Not one writer can hold all the responsibility. The show isn't good, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Very interesting. I gotta sit there and look more into that. I feel like there's a video that's gonna come out of it. Now Gwen says, "Oh, I heard something about some writer got fired from YNR, but I didn't know anymore on why." Yeah, I don't get it because here's the thing. Whoa, I turned for a minute. I was like, how much of that did I actually have? Um, because I saw a tweet from Candace Mack and she was talking about it on well, she wanted to talk about on Twitter Space about the person getting fired. These writers getting fired and stuff like that. And my whole thing is like, Viking says, I have no idea why I'm here. Okay. Right, I'm gonna go get my fork, even though I don't really want to get it. I'm gonna go. I can't do a British accent, Cheyenne. Marsha's in the chat. What's good, Marsha? Let me say that again. Marsha. What's good, Marsha? Um, yeah, I don't know how to do a British accent. Cheyenne. Yeah, I didn't get it out there. Becky D. What's good, Becky D? Yeah, I don't know if I actually if I actually said hi to you, but how you doing? Now Medora says, why not need some younger castmates? The show just seems dated and old. What do you mean by you mean? Oh, I mean they got some. Well, they kind of do, Medora. I mean they got Summer, they have Kyle, they have Mariah, they have Tess. What's good, Polka Dots? Thank you for joining. I mean they don't really do anything. I think that's kind of the problem. Samuel says we have been begging for CBS to fire Josh, and they are just letting him run amok. Hmm. Now, Anetta says, been watching YNR for day one. The show needs help. Sally brought it down. She could have been a better line. Who else remembers the dark shot? Whoever remembers Dark Shadows. Yeah, I'm sorry, Becky D, if I didn't actually say hi to you when you came in. I'm usually good about that. Shauna says, I can't wait to see what Victor's next move for Kyle is. Yeah, and that's the thing, Shauna. I mean, that's the thing, Shauna. That's the thing, Shauna. Like I sat there, it's like the whole time all he kept sitting there doing was kissing Summer's ass. And it got to a point where it just started to get annoying. Mel said I didn't see what was coming when Lee. Oh Mel, did you see that slap? Did you see that slap that that Shen's father gave to Shen? By the way, what is his name? Because in my video, I just kept sitting there calling him Shen's father. He slapped the hell out of his son. Polka Dot says Victor is about 345 years old, and he's still a boss. He is. Polka Dots. He's called the great Victor Newman for a reason. Oh, Mr. Shen. Okay. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you, Jonathan. Dolly calls him Papa Shen. Yeah. Well, it's good to have him. Thank you for joining. Shauna says he should kiss Summer's ass. Why? I mean, I'm very curious, Shauna. Why? Why? I was like, bro, what are you doing? Then no, okay, all right. And then he called Victor in front of Summer like he was some 7-year-old child that had to sit there and correct his mistake in front of his mother. I was like, bro, I sat there and I was like, bro, I lost so much respect for him for doing that. Polka Dots this way. She slapped his son. No, Polka Dots, his father. His father slapped a guy named Shen, his son. And it was just like I was like, wait, what? And unfortunately I have to sit there and do that review over again because it didn't upload. But you know what? I'm gonna sit there and do it with some alcohol. So that's gonna be fun. Now, Marcius, I mean, I know, I get that, I get that, Shauna, but like, there's a certain level of that integrity that you should be having, and I felt like, honestly, to tell you, I felt like in a lot of ways it was like she was emasculating him. That's the best way to say. Oh yeah, no, Polka Dots, you got to watch it. It felt like it was very emasculating. Emasculating? I don't know if that's actually a. Now Viking says, "Hey, tell me what is this channel and who are you? You just popped in my recommendations. Also, I'm from Iceland. Never been here. Well, first of all, that's pretty cool, Viking, that you're from Iceland. But no, I do soap opera reviews. But I also do, well, I do soap opera reviews. I do, I talk about like influencers and stuff like that, like Pokimane. And I do videos on like catcher channels, like crack catcher channels and stuff like that. So I do that as well. But no, that's cool that you're from Iceland. But yeah, no, Viking, the majority of my channel is soap opera content. And then it says, where's Mr. Bell when you need him? Yeah, it is. It is, Jonathan. It is. For the majority of the part, yeah. It is a soap opera channel. It's funny. There's somebody else, and I'm gonna see if everyone in the chat knows who he is, because he must have, seriously. I swear, this phone. If I was in trouble, I would have been. I've been dead. Like dead serious. I would have been gone. I want to write. I want to. Marsha says, "I like your red T-shirt." Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I like it too. I got it for Christmas. I got it for Christmas. So thank you for saying that, Marsha. It's kind of annoying because I actually want to sit there and find this channel. Oh, that's what it's called. Okay. All right. I think I'm done with this. What's good, Daisy Flower? Thank you for joining. If Willow dies, Nina would force herself on Michael and her children. So let me just read the results of that before I get into the next one. Wait, is Viking actually still in the chat? Okay, no, I don't know if he's actually still in chat, but um, so yeah, wow. So 73% said no, and 26% said yes, and I did not have an ounce of my food yet, but I want to see if everyone knows this channel. I want to see if everyone knows this channel. Now Johnson says next post suggestion: would you rather have a recast of Jason instead of Cody? That is awesome, Jonathan. Thank you. And that's a good suggestion. Thank you, Johnson. Now Gwen says I'm going to get caught up on Days. Days is killing it. Days is killing it. This is going to be a short one, but I want people to answer if you know who this person is. Um, seriously, what's his name? I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. Whoa, that is. I have no idea who that is. Cheyenne. I'm not trying to be smart. I have no idea who that is. Have you ever heard of? Very curious. Has anyone have actually heard of? All right. Says anyone heard of a YouTube channel called Poor Charles Poor Charles Podcast? Very curious because it popped up on my channel it popped up on my YouTube page yesterday, and I'm very curious if you actually heard of that channel. Very, very, very curious. And what's good, Solomon? But yeah, yeah, Shannon, I can't even pronounce that name, let alone know who it is. Um, Gwen says, I'm here. Days is killing it. I got Peacock, so yeah, it is, Gwen. It is. I would definitely sit there and recommend. Someone says Josh can't be trusted to do head writing, executive producer, and breakdowns. Next thing you know, he's going to direct, and he's. Oh wow, okay. He says no, Jason. It says be forever. Now, Deja Plus says yes. I listen to podcasts. Hmm. Val says John and Steve are going to go to Tony and Anna about that Megan. So, oh yeah, and then it says will Sally have twins from both brothers? What show are you talking about, Anetta? Very curious about that. So yeah, I want to know if It's so dry. Yeah, I wonder if anyone actually heard of that channel because it popped up yesterday on my feed. So, what's good, JNR? Finishing what's up? I love watching this show and series, but haven't caught up. Well, it's good to have you in the chat, JNR. I'm a little sauced right now. To be honest, this stuff doesn't even really taste that good, but oof. But how you doing tonight, JNR? Yeah, I want to sit there and try to get more into it, you know, because I feel like there's more factors to this whole firing these three people, and I don't know if it's a matter of I have no idea what it is. Now, someone says, "Albert, did you know that Weiner can't afford former was too young for?" No, I did not know that. Well, I mean, Solomon, I know that there's a whole budget thing, and that's going on with all the soap operas, which is why a lot of times um this is why a lot of times they tell their stories off screen, which is unfortunate because like Tessa Mariah is like, oof. Now Janice says after a couple of glasses it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean that's true, Janet. But I'm like, I would like my stuff to taste good from the start. And again, it's not the worst, but it's like, oof, it could be better. Could be better. For instance, yes, it popped up monster. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was very curious because I was just like, I've never. It's like these soap channels are just popping up left and right. You know, Marsha says put cooking sauce in your noodles or brain. Marsha, you know what I need to do? Put hot sauce. I keep forgetting to get hot sauce. Um, and that just says what? Now Dolly says if you ever watched Disney Days live stream. A little bit, Dolly, a little bit, a little bit. I'll just sit there and say that. I haven't actually, here's the thing, Dolly. I haven't actually sat there, because I've sat there and watched like maybe 5 minutes, but I haven't actually just sat there and watched like a whole episode. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird for me to sit there and watch like five people talk about one show. They kind of do a breakdown on like one show and stuff. So I don't know. And it's funny as I say that, me and DC, we'll sit there and talk about shows and stuff like that. Um, and there's people that like our stuff too. So I don't know. ABC says, I wonder if John, Steve, and Rome are going to let Orpheus live in the jail. I think they are. ABC. I feel like the character I've been playing. Orpheus has been on the show for a long time. I don't see them just like taking him out like that. I don't know, Dolly. Have you actually watched Distant Days? Like, do you watch Distant Days live? Or very curious about that. I'm gonna ask that question next. I know Jonathan actually had another question. I'm gonna try to get to that one. But ABC says try chili sauce on your noodles. Oodles noodles. I'm gonna try that also. ABC. And then it says Chloe's daughter belongs to Billy on YNR, not Kevin. When will that come out? What? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then it says Chloe's daughter belongs to Billy on YNR, not Kevin. Wait, is that a secret that didn't come out yet? Let me know in the chat if that's a secret that did not come out yet. Operate, operate. Doctor says they can't kill off Willow. Opera Doctor, Opera Doc. Doc, you know what's your name? Opera Doc. See, the hitting the like button really does work. It really does work. They got a new person in here. Yeah, yeah. JNR. I keep forgetting to do it. Okay, all right, cool, Opera Doc. Well, thank you for joining us. Now, and I said, yes, I do believe. What? Now, Johnson says everyone already knows that Chloe's daughter is Billy's. Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to sit there and say, I was like, wait, that's another secret that still didn't come out? That's insane. Oh, Billy really got around. And he's in the chat and he says, well, how is the storyline looking for Monica Q? Not too good, I hear. Yeah, honestly, to tell you the truth, I think most people actually forgot about her, to be honest. And that it says Chloe did the sperms. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. It wasn't one of those dude was just, getting around and stuff like that. Okay. Chloe says some of the days actors participate in Days of and Distant Days. I know the actress who plays Jada and Sloan have jumped. What? Oh, that. Well, here's the thing, Dolly. I'm not too surprised because they actually do interviews with them. So that's not even. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's props to them. Um, but I know they have done interviews with them before. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they didn't jump in the chat and stuff like that. I give Distant Days a lot of credit. You know, um, I can only imagine how hard that is. For so many different reasons and stuff like that, like having so many people with you and having their ideas and making sure it seems like it's a huge operation. I give him props for doing it. So Mel says Wendy aka J when is going to ask Trip and move in since Allie. I totally forgot about that, Mel. You're right. You are 100% right. And Chanel is back with her mother. No, AJ. They're talking about in Distant Days. The channel Distant Days. They have a lot of soap opera actors that come into live streams. Kind of like the guy who plays Mason in Mimes. Now Johnson said, "Wait, you're talking about Billy Reed." Gwen says, "So is Leslie Charleston retired?" That's a really good question. Billy says, "Also think they lurked a little too. The guy that plays Anna." That is so cool. That is so cool, Dolly. I'm actually liking this character. Well, it's hard to sit there and say I like his character, knowing what he did to ugh, Gabby. Now Netta says I like Allie and Weinar. Really? What do you like about her? I'm very curious, Anetta. Very curious. Laura B's in the chat. Laura B, how was your birthday? And did you see my post that I posted about your birthday? I'm very curious about those two things. So let me know in the chat, Laura B. Me too, Dolly. Me too. I like his sense of humor and his sarcasm and stuff like that. I guess for me personally, it's just like what he did. You know, Dolly, as far as uh, Gabby, as far as Gabby. Okay, good, Lobby, good, good, good. I want to make sure you know, especially if I could, you know what I'm saying, if I could remember somebody's birthday or whatever, also then give them a shout out in a video or whatever, let them know. So, Ron's in the chat. What's good, Ron? Ron says, I'm like, can you do a poll on why the writers hate Thomas' character on Bold? I wish I could do a poll like that, Ron, but the Q&A thing doesn't work in live streams for some reason. And Johnson says Nick Fallon was violated. Oh, I mean, you know, here's the thing, you know, here's the thing, Jonathan. I get that. Hurt people hurt people. This is something that Nikisha said, and I get that, and that's terrible. But it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't give you carte blanche to do it to somebody else. Like I understand that there was a reason behind why he did what he did. Like there's a reason. Now, Laura says I didn't go out finally. Like there's a reason why a lot of people do what they do. You know, upbringing, bad past, bad days, you name it. But unfortunately, I can't. Have a good night, Becky D. Thank you for joining. I can't give him a pass for that. You know, like as much as I loved his personality and the humor and stuff like that, it's very. Uh, I don't know. I can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, he definitely needs therapy. I would sit there and say that, Johnson. He does. And Dolly says International Megan Day. That is very true. It is technically International Megan Day. I finally get to watch the Megan movie. Uh, Ruth said, I'm just glad the character Ryan Chamberlain is long gone and dead. Yeah, Ruth, you and Felicia and Ava and Mac and pretty much anyone else that anyone. Oh, okay, Becky D. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why somebody said that why they said have a good night. I don't get that. But Upper Duck says nobody is there forever on these shows. Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. Now, Shauna says, yes, Nick Big mad because if Sage and Christian are all over, Adam asks him if you don't see a future with Sally, step aside. It's very true. Very true. All right, JNR. Have a good night. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. And thank you for joining. I know soaps isn't your thing, so thanks for coming through. RB says I'm glad too, but I wonder. Another says, will Ava blame Ryan on Heather for killing Nicholas? Oh, will she blame? Yeah, I feel like she will. I feel like that's the consensus storyline that they're gonna do based on what the fans are saying. And Johnson says the thing is Nick reached out to Marlena on the phone to get help for himself right before he was shot. Wow. You know what it is, Jonathan? You know what it is, Jonathan? It makes me feel, as weird as it sounds, it makes me feel uncomfortable. I think that's what it is. It's not so much like, because let's be honest, Jonathan, I didn't actually, I mean, I saw the scene and I felt like it was bad enough for me. But I guess for me, it's very hard to, like, you know, finding this sort of huge joy in it, you know? Um, because it's like knowing what he did. It's like I can't sit there and it just feels off. I feel like that's the best way to sit there and put it. And granted, I get now. Anetta says, please no more Holly on GH. It just feels cool. I think that's the best way to sit there and describe it. Like, I get that he needs a lot of help, and hurt people hurt people. Now, Dolly said, "Albert, you got a name tomorrow's video, International Megan Day or Parade of Megan or something." I will do that, Dolly. I will do that. But here's the thing, Jonathan. I do get it, and again, bless your heart because you have a much more sympathetic ear and heart than I do. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. And even when I think back, like with characters like Todd, now Johnson says the truth is Nick made an attempt or stuff. But Jonathan, it's sort of like Todd. What Todd did. Like I could sit there and be like it's hard for me to sit there and say, Todd is really my favorite character, knowing what Todd did. You know. Oh God! But now Johnson. Now you brought me to a good point though, because it's like you do have a point. Because I could sit there and be like, EJ's my favorite character, and I heard what EJ has done. You know, so you have a good point, Jonathan. AJ says Abel will probably blame Ryan. Yep. And then it says Barnaby is sick and tired. You know what it is? Another. It's like it's repetitive, and it's like you can clearly tell when they don't know what to do with certain characters. You can tell another when they don't know what to do with certain characters. Like you know, you can tell. Now, Orthodox says I wouldn't want Ava to go to prison because she such an amazing act. I don't think that's going to happen either. Now, Catley says like Todd and Luke, it's a soap opera. I don't take it as far as that. Hmm, that's true. That's true. And as to tell you the truth, that's pretty cool that you can sit there and see beyond that. I wish I could, but I can respect people that can. I'll say that much. Johnson says, and Ben murdered three women and was redeemed. I mean, yeah, Jonathan. I mean, even Luke was redeemed when you start to think about it. So yeah, trust me, I get it. But to be fair, not to sit there and nitpick or anything, Jonathan. I mean, murder is one thing, and the other thing is the other thing. But I do understand redemption arcs, so I do get that. And then it says, Ava, honey, don't forget there's a autopsy. That is very true. Mel says they need to make a Megan versus Chucky movie. Mel, I was sitting there thinking about as a movie, and I heard they were gonna make it or they made it. The Grudge versus The Ring. I heard they were making a movie like that. It's literally gonna be like The Grudge, the girl from The Grudge versus the girl from The Ring. I still gotta look up. I still gotta find that movie. But no, I mean, like I said, cat lady, I can respect your. What can I respect? I can respect your decision to look past that stuff. And another suggests Nicholas will return to claim his new son. Another they did well from what people was telling me that they were going to let the Nicholas character go for 3 months and then come back. Well, yeah, Ron. I'm glad. I'm glad of that too. You know, but it's it's one of those things where it's like, hmm, if you don't talk about it, then you don't give them power. You know, you don't feed the trolls. Now Mel says I was looking into it, Albert. I seen lots of horror movies coming. I'll look into it. Yeah, no, Mel, let me know. That's what I heard. I don't know. I was reading that like maybe a couple of years ago. How are they putting this wine? Why am I still drinking it for? Have a good night, Jolie. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. It's always great to see you in the chat. I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. Now, Harper Doc says Nicholas has been a terrible person since he slept with Elizabeth when she was engaged to Lucky. Yeah, but to be fair, you gotta put some of that on Liz though too. Exactly, Laura Bing. You got to put some of that on Liz as well now. It does take two to tango. Gwen says, "Do you think that Nick is the father of Esme's baby?" It would be. The thing is, Gwen, at this point, it's a lot of speculation. I Spencer said that yeah, it's most likely his child because I didn't sleep with her and stuff like that. But I'm like, mm, we're doing a lot of guess. We're playing a lot of guessing games. You know, it is totally possible for Spencer to still be the father of that child. Dog says we don't know who Esme may have slept with. Somebody in the chat was something they're saying yesterday, that it could have been a random stranger, and I'm just like, yeah, I doubt that. Yeah, I heard about that too, man. I heard about that too. I can't wait to watch the first one tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean like Saturday when I actually have time. Um, Becky says no. Shauna says I hope they do indeed. Me too, Shauna. Laura B says we don't know for sure about Esme's baby. We don't. Iran says Brad Bell needs to bring Caroline back from the dead because everyone knows that she is not dead. If the audience, yeah, it's so weird, Ron, when they kill people off screen. You know, like it's weird and it's also kind of disrespectful too. Like I still think about Abby, and I think about the chick that was obsessed with Patrick. And granted, they didn't kill her off screen, but they didn't really give her a death screen. They didn't like. You can tell it was somebody else. When they killed her, I can't remember her name, but I know it says Esme disappeared for a while before she came back to PG. I know you meant PC, but yeah. Why do you? I mean, I get that, AJ. I do. I'm just saying it's possible. I know you don't want it to be possible because you're a Sabrina fan and stuff like that, but okay. I'm just saying we didn't get a DNA test. We just got, we're just going on. Um, we're just going off of people's words. Now, hold on. Darby 13 says, Darby, is that how you pronounce the name? Do you think there's a future love affair between Cameron and Esme? Nope. No, I do not. First of all, did you change your name? Because I know at one point it was ABC. So did you change your name? Because I was going to say, well, still thank you for being a member, but yeah, Jonathan, I don't think they're gonna. Okay, cool. Now, Darby 13. Is that how you pronounce your name? Darby 13. Because I don't want to. Okay. Well, I guess, honestly, tell you, AJ, we'll see. Okay. All right, cool. You know what? Cat lady. First of all, these things are hit me like a brick. Um, but I do remember I do remember the profile pic. Now it says Darby 13. Is it Darby 13 or is it Darby 13? Darby. I feel like it's Darby, but I could be wrong. So let me know if I'm wrong. Gwen says, but the writers could let Spencer be the father. I would not put it past the writers. I wouldn't put it past mother. I mean, you know what? In all reality, what's good, Kanye? ABC. Oh, Darby. Okay, Darby. Okay. Thank you, Jonathan, my rock star. Darby. Okay. And what's good, Kanye? Thank you for joining. Darby. AJ said, yeah, but they're not going to. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Appreciate that. Another says, I wonder if Rory is Esme's baby daddy or the guy she brought with the camera from. Another, she didn't even want to kiss that guy. Okay, she didn't even want to sit there and kiss Paul Taggart, whatever his name is. So I doubt that she would have went all the way. Laura B says, I see a friendship with Cam and Esme, but not romance. Yeah, no, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Now, at this point, I think everyone already knows I'm super bad with names. So, Gwen says, I don't think they will put anyone with Esme. So I said, I think the storyline for her will be, excuse me, keeping our baby safe. Daisy Flaw says a friendship or romance between Cam and Esme is gross. Yeah, I mean, considering what Esme did, I mean, granted, she doesn't remember it, but I can totally see that. I don't know about gross, but it's definitely it's it seems unholy. I think that's the best way to sit there and describe. It just seems kind of unholy, if we're gonna be honest. Yeah, seems pretty bad. This is so annoying that I gotta sit there and redo this whole review again. Hmm. Well, Daisy Paul, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. I I don't see that part, but okay. I don't see that part. Now, Cat Lady says yes, they will. She will try to put Cam and Esmond. Now says Ben Weston did change, but when he was the necktie killer, he killed Serena, Paige, Wendy, and Will Horn, but not kill Will because Mel. I think DC was talking about something like that as far as bringing Will back as some sort of like that was the death that went too far or something. Laura B says Carly and Sunny hate each other in the beginning. So anything's possible, I guess. Good point. Good point, Laura B. Kenya says, all I know is that Jeez needs to get moving with Sabrina since NHC's contract is up next summer. Hmm. Nicholas, you mean Nicholas Chavez? Is that Gwen says, yeah, because Victor is going to want that baby. Don't forget about him. AJ said, like like put two and two together. It's possible for Sabrina to be that demon's. Okay. It would jeopardize his relationship with Trina. I mean, yeah, it would, but I mean, I would sit there and say, you know what? In all honesty, AJ, I think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, exactly, Gwen. That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, wow, okay. Um, I think anything's possible. I think anything is possible when it comes to these soap operas. Um, time will tell. Time will tell. And here's the thing. Maybe even if Spence was the child's father, it doesn't mean that they're automatically going to break up. If their love is as strong as everyone wants to sit there and believe, then it would definitely survive it. Just saying. Lady Claus says this is out. This is out there forever. Esme needs to stay in Spring Ridge. Okay. Now another said Trina will fall in love with Esme's baby. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying though. Like if their love, but I keep saying it like that. If their love is as strong as these writers want to make it be, then it really shouldn't matter if Spencer is the father of that child or not. Because as they always sit there and say, love will always prevail. So, just saying. Damn. Now Deja Fly says, don't turn Trina into a man. Don't turn Trina into a mammy. What is it? What is exactly a mammy? Because maybe my definition may be a little bit kind of different than yours. Um, and it's funny, Daisy Fly, that you say that because I was watching an episode. I was watching a video on JLJ Media, and he was talking about like the mammies. Mom, thank you, Jonathan. Okay, you know what, Jonathan? I think you kind of just saved me some embarrassment. So, thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan, you're a rock star. Hell, you're one of my rock stars. Um, Mel says I can't believe. It's funny, Mel, because it's like I want to watch that, but I don't know. I think I want to watch it when it's on a streaming service. I don't think I actually want to go out into like the theaters and watch that. Like even when I paid for no, just watch Ant-Man. And I went in the morning. I went early in the morning, matinee price, and I still paid close to $20. Close to $20. I'm like, and granted, it's Marvel, so I'm gonna pay. I don't care if it's $30, but I'm like, bro, really? But I think with Colt Bear, I think I'm just gonna wait until it comes on streaming and just watch it. Now, Krista says Sarah J. Brown, last project was Studio City. Krista, Studio City is with Sean Caden, and I think it does actually have JOJ Media in it. That is true. I didn't get a chance to watch that, Kristen. And every time I think of Sarah Brown, I always sit there and think of VR Troopers. Like I always think of VR Troopers, and it's probably like the worst in the Saban's collection. Now, Darby says, she had some scenes with Cameron when she was at Esme, which made you think, I don't, and don't you think it's ironic that Esme was a factor of Josh and Cam's breakup? That's very true, Darby. That is very true. You know, honestly, to tell you the truth, now that I'm able to actually pronounce your name better, I'm actually glad that you named it, that you changed the name to Darby. Instead of just calling you ABC. Tina says, I think Sunny is going to set Michael and Dex lives on fire. Yeah, can you did you see the way that Sonny was talking to Michael towards the end when he was like, yo, listen, I'm done with you. Like you wanna sit there and act selfish? I'm done with you. Have a good night, AJ. Thank you for joining. No, here's the thing, Jonathan. I mean, I did like VR Troopers, but it's like when you go back and you watch VR Troopers, you realize a lot of stuff does not hold up. Like, don't get me wrong, Jonathan. I watched every single episode when I was a kid. And if I had to put VR Troopers, the first season of VR Troopers and the first season of Power Rangers would still hold up more than VR Troopers. I'm just gonna be honest. CC Gemini. Okay, I'm just gonna call you Gemini. Gemini said Willow is more like Nina than she could admit. I watched a little bit of Beatbox, Jonathan, but I was more of a VR Trooper fan. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I was more of a what's it called? What's the name of that show called? Human Samurais or something like that. Jesus Christ, Human. It was called Human Samurais or something. I was more of a fan of that show where the guy went into the digital world. I can't remember. Superhuman Samurai Saga Squad. Jesus Christ. You know, it's funny, Jonathan, because I didn't want to sit there and say the name because it sounds really cringy. But yes, I was more of a fan of that show. Um, and actually, to tell you the truth, the toys are actually really cool. Krista said, try ground red pepper or crushed peppers when you ramen. Oof. I don't know, Krista. I mean, I think that hot sauce is kind of a big step because I'm not a human. I'm not a huge, not a human. I'm not a huge spicy person. I just literally said I'm not a human. Have a good night, Gwen. Thank you for joining. I just said I'm not a human. So I'm not a human. Yeah, Gwen. Yeah, cat lady. That's literally what I just said. I just said I'm not a human. I don't know. I guess I'm an alien. But have a good night, Gwen. Thank you for joining as always. Well, this review is going to be fun if my battery holds up. Um, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. I tried so hard not to let that bother me as far as my upload because I felt like I really like I hate doing videos again because it's like I like doing those one shot takes because it just doesn't feel authentic. I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce that name right, but you know what I'm saying. Now another says I think Nell is still GH. I would sit there and say that she's not alive, but also because they did an autopsy on her. But you know what? They brought back AJ, so sure, why not? Krista says because Sonny is selfish always and forever. It's not fun to go backwards, Becky D. But you know what? It might be kind of fun. This review might be kind of fun. Daisy Flower says no, it's Nina's mirror twin. What's really interesting about that, Daisy Flower, is that Nina cried so much and she got so upset with Carly because, oh, you didn't tell me about now and this, that, and third. And now, she keeps like they're trying to respin the story about how Nell was um this person that could be redeemed with her love. But you know, she testified against her on the stand when it came towards Wiley, and she told her off. But Nina's the type of person that loves to go back and revisit, revive history. So it's very funny that you say that. But no, Becky, it's not funny to go back. Lady Flaw says, no, okay. Jessica says, yeah, I don't know why they're forcing Willow to allow Nina to be in her life. It's her choice. F. Oh, the F, yeah. It's funny, Jessica, because I can look at both sides. I 100% agree with you on that. And the reason why their relationship is as strained as it is because of Nina. But I don't know. I think it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Have a good night, Shakira. It's a tough one because I look at that and I'm like, you forgave Carly, number one. Okay, you literally forgave Carly for lying and the things that she did. And two, she's always very she's always big on like forgiveness and stuff like that. And maybe just as a nice gesture, maybe she could sit there and allow Nina to be in her life before she passes. I don't think that that's so much an unfair request. Is all I'm saying. Now Johnson says I knew Eric and Stone wouldn't last. Jonathan, and I said this in the beginning. Yeah, they wouldn't. They didn't last, but Eric screwed her over, and this is the second time that a man in Salem has screwed her over. Seriously, it's the second time. But have a good night, Shakira. Thank you for joining. Darby says, "I'll rewrite the part of history she don't like." Exactly, exactly, Darby. And thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much, Jonathan. Um, you're amazing. I will sit there and say that. You know how bad you know how bad I am as far as pronouncing people's names. And they just call me. Yep, that's very true. That's exactly in some ways that's why I don't feel bad for Nina. You know, as far as the bullying Daisy Flower now, Jessica says it's not, but it's Willow's choice, and it's not what she wants. That's Jessica has a very good point. I think this is, and maybe this isn't just not a reviewer thing, but I've always been a person that tried to look at things from both sides, so I can see both sides of it. So that's why I'm just like, Jessica, you're not wrong on that. But I think I'm going to sit there and end the stream right here because have a good night, Shakira. I think I'm going to sit there and end the stream right here because my battery's really low. I want to try to charge it for a little bit and maybe try to pull out another review. Just no, maybe I'll just do it on my phone. Screw it. Um. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching. This was a lot of fun. This was so much fun. I know towards the end I got a little tipsy. Um, I can just feel it, but this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. I didn't get sloppy drunk, so that's good. That's good. I didn't get sloppy drunk. But thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Daisy Flower. Thank you, Kenge. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you, Shakira. Thank you, Cat Lady, Jessica, Nikisha, Jonathan, Laura B, Eagle Fang, Dolly, Anna, and I said Jonathan, Shakira. Daisy, I think I said Daisy Flower. There's a couple people I'm missing. Thank you, Becky D. Yes, hit the like button on the way out. It clearly does help. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you, Joy. Thank you to all my members. I want to thank you so much. We're gonna have a good um, we're gonna have a good stream on Saturday. We're gonna have a good stream on Saturday. As my friend James likes to say, we're gonna be spilling some tea. I'll just put it that way. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Darby. Um, I feel like I'm missing. Oh, thank you, Cat Lady. Okay, if I keep saying all these names, I'm going to be here forever. You know who you are. I really appreciate y'all so much. I could not do. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet. Jay Z. I still got to call you Janet. I'm sorry. There's two reasons why I call you Janet. One because my ex girlfriend's name was Janet, and it just rolls off the tongue. Um, well, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. But you know, Janet, if you're more comfortable me calling you Jay Z, then I will put in effort to call you Jay Z. I will say that. But you know, I'll hit you up though. Hit you up. Thank you, Cat Lady. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Jennifer P. Just for listening. Thank you just for listening. This was a lot of fun. Okay, I just want to make sure, Janet, because I'm like, listen, I'm always going to try to make sure people feel comfortable. Mel says, Albert, don't forget. Oh, I can't. No, I can't. I've been looking forward to this movie for a hot minute, so I'm definitely gonna be watching on the weekends. Um, hopefully Saturday. Anyway, I love you all. Just thank you for everything that y'all do. I need to stop doing stuff with my hands now. And Jonathan, when you do watch Ant-Man 3, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it for real. Also, Jonathan, if you're ever interested in joining the live stream, the member exclusives, I would definitely love to have you. I'd definitely love to have you in the member exclusives. So just keep that in mind, Jonathan. Just keep that in mind. Gemini says, I know. I want to know who Dex is related. Me too. But yeah, no. Thank you for being a rock star, Jonathan. All right, I think I'm starting to store my words. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I will see everyone tomorrow in the next live stream. Minutes, seriously? I mean, 15%? All right, everyone. Stay safe.